my arm is the pelvis. This is my hand is the sacrum connection. So when there's a small part higher than the spine. Yeah, here's the loin, the sacrum, the tail, and this part higher than the spine is an interesting part because this is the connection area of the longissimus dorsi muscle. So when our horse, for example, gallops, canters forward, pelvis does this. Each time our horse jumps under, seat bone, tail goes under, so the croup lowers a little bit, and this part comes up and backwards. Attachment of the longissimus dorsi, so this longissimus is pulled backwards. Longissimus runs through the back, under the shoulder blades, and attaches here from C4, C5, C6, C7. So when the horse canters, hind leg jump under, the neck comes up. Yeah? Because this pulls the longissimus backwards, the neck comes up. And horse jumps on the ground, pushes off, pelvis extends, neck goes down. And this is why it is so important to follow. When she will canter now in a minute, it is important for the young horse that you follow the nodding, you allow the nodding, you wouldn't overdo it, but you follow. And the deeper your hand is, the less you do it, the higher your hand is, the more you have to follow. And in a young horse, especially in this guy, you can see there's not enough muscles yet. And it's dangerous that this horse might lose the back. This is how we call it in German. So you would follow, ride the horse into a contact, and the more you ride into the contact, and the horse follows and takes the bit, this contact causes this, yeah? You get the back up. Let me check it. You can see the neck drops, the back comes up, the neck drops, and this is exactly what we want. We want the water hose be up and straight, ready to send the water through so that we get a contact. If this water hose gets down, yeah, a kink, neck too high, too round, water hose has a kink, you're done. The horse curls in, runs, uncomfortable against the bit, behind the bit, you get into trouble. What we call balance is the fact that the rib cage comes up between the shoulder blade. This is what we call the horse is in self-carriage. The horse carries himself. The neck falls to withers level. So the horse would not be short behind. And finally, in the medium trot, you get over track and you get 2 to 3 hoofs over track. You get wider steps. Now she tracks up, she steps into the footprints of the front legs. Bring your hands together, create a sort of soft center. You should shorten your reins a little bit. Give her a contact. Good. Soft net. And in this position, a smart hand communicating, talking. This talking means a mini vibration, a little close. It's private. I think everybody does it a little bit different. It's a tiny little communication which more or less takes place constantly. You're never silent in your hands. Your hands are calm, in place, they wouldn't move, but they live. They are alive. This is this little, Soinig calls it, you care for the mouth. When you're ready, canter. And then, yes, this mare has a big canter, so a little bit shorter, give her a contact. Put your legs on her, lower legs, good. And then horse to the bit. And you follow the nodding. Horse to the bit, horse to the bit, good job. Horse to the bit. And as soon as you see a chance to give a little bit, yeah, lengthen the top line. As soon as she's round and you're organized, check out the Klaus Balkenhol, yeah? He always says, the neck has to fall in front of the withers, which is neck on about withers level. When he says neck has to fall, this is not a stretch yet. It is only the perfect position of the neck so that the back is in balance. That's good. Good job. Very nice. And on the long side, ride a little bit more forward, lengthen your canter strides. Lengthen, yes. Good, follow outside a little bit, circle. She's on the stiff side now. This means the horse wants to lean on the inside, and the outside tends to be loose. In Kim's brain, it should be the sentence, ride to the loose, give on the heavy. So get the horse to this loose outside rein, and as soon as you have some contact on this loose outside rein, you try to adjust the horse to the circle by giving outside. So you would not ask for a direct active bend inside, but you would give outside. So the horse will start to adjust to the circle by lengthening outside. The horse gives the rider the feel to be stiff on the left side, for example, because she cannot give outside. This is what you go for first. Make the horse and enable the horse to stretch the outside muscle system. Yeah? Most of the riders, this is what I did as a young guy, I would have pulled inside. Pull inside, bounce inside, use the leg inside, and the horse, the more you do this, the more the horse would resist outside, and the more the outside rein would be loose and the horse becomes heavy. So give outside, so simple. Yeah, and the horse improves. That's okay. I just wanted, she can read my thoughts. Let her come to trot. Good. You can, Kim, in this transition from canter to trot, she does it so well now. You give less. Just at the end, you think about softening and she trots. Maybe you only give half inch. You maybe only give a quarter inch. If I have a remedial horse, a really stiff horse, or a baby, and in the first canter, first 5, 10, 15 canter phases, you canter. Of course, you just throw the reins away and they trot. Never pull on the rein if you want to slow down a baby, or you want to slow down a stiff horse, because you only get, bullshit. You only get resistance, curling. You only get bad stuff. So, ride the transition by giving. Show it again. Canter on. Outside rein was missing a little bit. Yeah? You would have had more outside rein and opened your inside. The horse could have stayed in balance. So, but you can see the hind legs start to work. Good. Give her soft contact. Follow the nodding. Follow your horse's neck movement. You remember, longissimus connects cervical spine and pelvis. Good. Follow, follow, follow. And you would just soften. Don't throw the reins away. Stay a little bit. Stay a little bit more. Good. Yeah? So, after a while, when you experience, and you explore this little release, you wouldn't see a loss of balance. The horse stays. The horse stays beautifully in balance. Change direction, diagonal, medium trot. Good, hands down, go. Legs on, legs on, legs on. Open your right hand. Yeah, just open your new inside a little bit earlier. Then you can keep, of course, a horse who's a little bit soft in the back. If you drive more, either she leans on a bit, she curls in, or she comes up. But this is what if you have a smart, experienced hand, you can help the horse to stay in balance, and you give. This is the next part, yeah? This is the next part. Maybe we can come back to this explanation the next rest, when the horse is resting. Good. Come to the circle. Come to the circle and trot. Stretch your horse, give her 1 minute rest. Good. So, if you had seen the horse in August, you would be very happy as I am. This is beautiful how this mare changed. Very good job, Kim. I only can say this. And walk. So obviously the saddle made a big difference also. And walk. Okay. So another short. It's more or less the same I explained you last time, or 5 minutes ago. But this is an important point. Everybody is dreaming of the collected horse, the piaffe, the correct piaffe, of course. So, and we all know, we explained this. Yeah, when the pelvis, and make it easy. Of course, it's a little bit more tricky. But here is the hip joint. Here is the pelvis. The lumbosacral joint is somewhere in here. So my right arm is the pelvis. This is the sacrum again. So if you collect, and your horse starts to sit behind, so the croup comes down. We have the same effect we have when a horse jumps under in a gallop. So the croup sinks, this higher part of the pelvis goes backwards. This is why our horses rise. So this is what we call relative rising of the forehead. The horse rises in front as much as the horse sits behind. So this means pelvis and cervical spine go together. If you lengthen your strides and you ask your horse to push, so to lengthen, the pelvis goes flatter. This means the connection area of longissimus moves forward. What does this mean in front? You have to let go. You have to lengthen the neck. Otherwise, if you keep the neck and the pelvis goes like this, the back drops. You lose the back. So this is something people don't know today. They take the reins, they give the horse a certain frame and they hold it. And lengthening means this, and collection means this. The frame is not changing. The frame is here. The measurement from the seat bone to the shoulder. Yeah? So if you, this is not much, but it is measurable. If the horse sits, the seat bone rotates down and forward, maybe here. If you measure, the horse is shorter. If the horse lengthens strides, the pelvis comes a little bit up, and the measurement from seat bone to shoulder is wider. Lengthening of the frame, shortening of the frame. And the way between the two is throughness. And if you have a locked loin, longissimus here in this area, most horses are locked here. This movement is not possible. The horse is not through. The horse is not collectible. The horse is just locked up in the back. If you have the back locked, there is no extension, there is no collection, there is nothing. But riding the horse to the forehand and destroying the joints. Yeah? Okay, so stay on the... Feel that the horse is stiff to the right and hollow to the left. Then just turn everything around what I said before. Yeah, when I thought the horse was the other way. Follow outside, lengthen the outside. Lengthen the outside. This is the problem. The horse, don't stay too short. Get her a little bit open. Adjust the horse to the circle by lengthening the outside. Your outside hand is the leading rein. It stays the leading rein, but still inside this function to be a leading rein, you try to lengthen the outside. And the horse will start to follow the circle. Very nice. Hands down and drive with a nice deep stirrup step. Very nice. Go large and lengthen the strides. Hands down, forward. Give 1 inch and go. Good. Shorten the reins, bring her back. Working canter, circle. Stay down with your hands, circle. And as soon as you have the tempo you like, you give again a little bit. You let go a little bit. Lengthen the strides next long side. Go. Hands down, give a little bit. Egon von Neindorf, Karlsruhe. I call him the last old master. He died 2004. He was a wonderful guy. Circle, tempo change. He said, the original quote is, he talks about the lateral movements. He says the lateral movement is the higher in quality, the longer the neck is with a soft paw. And of course, you can take this sentence to general riding. It's the better, the more you get the neck out, round and soft. Of course, I'm not talking about a long neck like this. We want a round horse. But another way to say it in Egon von Neindorf's book is get the ears as far away from you as possible. Follow outside. Follow outside. Ears as far away from you as possible with a soft paw. Good. Now, just an invisible, very tiny release. Canton again. Canton again. No. And she needs the flying change. Inside leg. Give her a kick inside. So, off the inside. Stay on the circle. A little bit shorter. And now, just soften your hands. And you might give maybe a 1/4 inch, not more. Stay on her a little bit, but give. Good. It was better. And now give more. So in the transition, stay a little bit more there, but you try to find out how much you have to give, or you should give, or you can give,
to get the transition and the horse stays in balance. This is your next goal. You don't want to lose balance every time, yeah?
Yeah.
Good job. Give her a full stretch. So this mare is on a very, very good way. I'm sure when I come back, this back will be maybe another ½ inch higher. She will be more stable in the contact. And end of next year, we will have a nice show lane on both sides. So we will have the first collection. We will have contact canter. If she goes on like this, in this balance, she is absolutely in the correct training system. Yeah? So she will be quite a good riding horse between second, third level next year when she is correctly in balance. Very nice.